Okay, everybody, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, give me this good day, for sometimes I forget that, and start the day when I have lost everybody. Today I want to praise you for all the goodness of your creation. May I treasure these moments today, never taking them for granted, but always trying to make the most of them. Well, we started out
She does fundraising. I hear almost every night she's out at some kind of a gig, you know, talking up Meals on Wheels, trying to raise money. We also have a foundation that raises money for us, some nice ladies who do fundraisers, and they hold auctions, dances, whatever it is, just to raise money for us. So there's a lot of those events that go on during the year, but it's Sister's presence that does it. It's everybody who meets her goes, wow, what a force of nature she is, you know. So she's a rebel. She'll tell you that. Oh, I'm a rebel, you know. So you don't hear nuns usually saying that, but she certainly is. My second week here, she said, Nick, this job's not going to be as exciting as some of the other jobs you've had. And I said, oh, that's okay, sister. I've had my share of excitement, so I'm cool.
And the guy who usually does it, the two guys who usually do it, didn't come to work one day, so me and another guy did it who had never done that route before. So we're at one address, and we were on the right street name and the right house number, but it was place instead of street. It was the wrong block. So I'm knocking on the door, and the guy goes, who is it? And I go, it's Meals on Wheels. And he goes, we don't get Meals on Wheels. And I thought, well, you know, maybe it's an older client. He's got Alzheimer's. He doesn't remember he gets Meals on Wheels. We have some of those on some of the routes. So I reached down and I opened the door, and I walked in, and there was like 6 gangbangers sitting there with drugs and everything and money all over the table. And the guy goes, who the freak are you? And I go, I'm the Meals on Wheels guy. And I swear, the more I try not to look like a policeman, the more I look like a policeman. And those guys, they said, you better get out of here. And I didn't turn around until I got all the way back to the truck. I was so scared they were going to shoot me. Sometimes it's hard to do good.
A lot of them are on Social Security, and I know the rent eats up most of that check, so you know, we can't totally feed them. We can't give them 3 hot meals a day, but we can subsidize with other food that they may have. So at least we know they're getting 1 good square meal a day. And it's good food. It's not cuisine, but it's good wholesome food. And Sister's always saying, the needy should get the best, not the seconds, not the leftovers, not the added date stuff.
In a lot of the places I used to deliver for like the first 20 years, I went out every day delivering, and now it's hard. I can't really physically go out so much, but I write to the clients, and that's why I like to write to them on their birthdays and send out, prayers and things and keep them up. On Guardian Angel Day, I send them all a Guardian Angel prayer and a little magnet or a pin of the Guardian Angels. And Christmas, they always get a Christmas ornament with angels, and we believe in angels. And I tell all our staff, I said, you're God's messengers, and you have to be good angels. So that's what this program is. We hope to be angels delivering what God's message and His love.
I think it takes any person who just sees it for what it is and just comes up with whatever it takes to do it, you know. So there's a lot of people that have been there a lot longer than I have and been doing it, sucking it up and doing it for, you know, a long time. So that's the people that I look up to. So, yeah. And then there's the unsung heroes in that place. I mean, the cooks, they kill themselves in there from 4 in the morning until 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and they never see anybody. Nobody ever sees them, you know, and they're working their hearts out. Yeah, they could replace me. They could get another guy to do Route 14. They could probably do it just as well as I do. But when I get up in the morning at 4:15 and I'm kind of tired, I think to myself, hey, Nick, get going, because Millie's got to eat. she's dependent on me to come bring her that food. So, you know, I don't call in sick, or I don't call in, you know, playing hooky, you know, because I want to go do something else, because Millie's dependent on me to bring her that food. If everybody in this country would just, you know, put in an hour or two a week, we could solve every social ill that we have in this country. If just everybody volunteered, just a little bit. But what you wind up getting is you get people who volunteer a lot, and people who think about volunteering but they never do it. You know, so I think in us, all of us, I think we all want to do it. It's just the biggest problem in this country, and I noticed it working on the ambulance, was elder neglect. It's just they get old and they're alone. They're so alone. It's unbelievable, you know. And there's a story behind every door you knock on. You know, if you're just willing to listen, you know, you'll hear it. Just people want to tell you their story. They want to tell you, you know, some people look at a person and all they see is an old man. And some people can look at a person and say, man, I wonder what this guy's done in his life. You know, all the neat things he's done, all the loves, the laughs, the fun he's had, tragedies, you know. And if he dies without telling anybody all of that stuff, it just dies with him.
In fact, the movie star lady I was telling you about, I went to her house and I knocked and I heard the dog barking, but she didn't come to the door, so I got a little concerned, because she goes out occasionally. She has appointments and things, but she always takes the dog with her, so I knew she was there. So I walked around the back of the house and I was looking through the windows, and finally I seen her. She's on the living room floor. I banged on the window. She goes, help me, I can't get up. You know, the typical, fell down, can't get up. So I go, I can't, all the doors are locked. She goes, break the window. I'm like, okay, so I broke the window. Got in there and got her up and called the paramedics, but she was okay. She just didn't have the strength to pick herself up. She didn't hurt herself. And she'd been laying there since early that morning, so, you know, thank God if nobody had come, you know, they may not have found her.
Meals on Wheels has been here 35 years. They've had plenty of runners go to a door, knock on a door, open a door, and find the client deceased. You know, it's their time came, you know, and they're sitting there with the TV on, and they're gone. So that happens. So that's part of living and dying with them.